And we're not here to create any political tension. We're here to talk about the Jewish story and experience of the Igbo people, which, by the way, 20% of the transatlantic slave trade comes specifically from the Igbos. So a lot of people,
a lot of people are Nigerian and test they do the ancestry test. I'm Nigerian, man. And my friends call me. I'm like 43%, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, we all look alike. What the fuck you think? Why are you surprised? That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's mad. I support you like a motherfucker, dude. I love it. I was like, yo, because it needs to be talked about, a guy like yourself. And how many people are actually backing you that are young like you, that are like, yo, hell yeah, let's connect with our people. Is there a big...
There's a movement.
I mean,
is there a movement?
The younger generation is different than the older generation.
Of course.
Right? The younger generation is more open-minded, and they're looking for something. Everyone is hungry for something, but there's nothing really being offered. And so even within the black community within America, people are looking for identity. Right? I used a few times the term African-American. I mean, I've been in many conversations. Africa is a continent. It's not a country. Right. And American is an experience that they really weren't a part of this entire time. And black is a skin color, which is an experience today, unfortunately, because there's such a thing called racism, which is an invention of human beings, but not an actual thing. We're not different because of our skin color. So what are they? What's their language? What's their history? What's their culture? What's their traditions? What's their purpose in this world? Right? A lot of people lost their identity and are looking for it. And there is truth that a lot of people of color descend from Israelite tribes from Africa, the ones that we're going to visit, the populations that they were targeting historically till this day, the Igbos, right? Why always, and the Igbos are the richest and most educated demographic in all of Africa. Hold up. And the Igbos in society are always blamed for what? Running the media. Running the economy. We're starting to see a trope and a similarity and a pattern.
Whoa. So what he's saying is Godfrey runs this podcast.
Let me tell you, if I ran the media, I'd be on my 10th sitcom right now. Okay. I'd be on every fucking TV show right now. Shit.
You change your name from Seinfeld to Godfrey.
Yeah, but this is I like this kind of thing because it's hard to break and to talk about this, because usually you see those
shouldn't be.
You know those Hebrew Israelite, the brothers in America with the shit, and they got the cape, and people will see that and go, oh, they're extremists. Do they know what they're talking about? You ever connect with those guys?
All the time.
And are they making sense, or are they not?
They're different groups. They're not one monolith. And a lot of them fight between each other. I mean, that's also typical of the Jews.
Yeah.
Right? So you have people who still believe in Jesus. You have people who've rejected Jesus amongst the black Israelite tribes.
Yeah.
You have those who believe that the Jews are also Jews, those of us that are Sephardic, Ashkenazi, Mizrahi, others. And there's the replacement theology that, no, we're the real Jews, they're the fake Jews. Right. And the reason this comes from is because there's a phenomenon happening where a lot of people of color, not just in America, in the Caribbeans, in South America, wherever the slave trade went to, they're waking up to their identity. This is a real thing. It's a phenomenon. We have to address it. But when they're coming to other Jews and saying, my brother, I finally found out who I am. Come, let's unite together. Then most Jews who've never heard this idea, and because a lot of them were raised in Europe, so have a lot of European mentality, then start saying, there's no way you're Jewish, you're black, or you're African. We've never heard of such a thing. So go away. Now, to a person that's really hurt and has been hurt for hundreds of years and has generational trauma in their DNA passed down to them, they're like, if they were really Hebrews, they would accept me. It must be that they're not the real Jews. And so that's where the problem is. And that's, if you look at Kyrie's documentary, there's a lot of truths in there.
Right.
But it falls on deaf ears because there's a lot of false things in there as well.
Okay.
Which is why we need to open up this conversation and really be very specific as to what are their origins. If you look at a lot of the names during the slave trade, a lot of them had Jewish names when they were brought to this country, and then their names were erased and changed into something else.
Of course.